Can you imagine how much it must suck to be a Hindu in Bangladesh, where they're surrounded by people who are just looking for an excuse to form a mob and burn down Hindu homes? If a Hindu in Bangladesh so much as posts a comment about Islam on Facebook, a Muslim mob will burn down the neighborhood and the Hindu will be thrown in jail for hurting the religious sentiments of Muslims. The Tribune reports. The houses of several Hindu families have been vandalized and burned by some radical Islamists in Bangladesh's Comilla district over rumors about an alleged Facebook post slandering Islam, according to a media report on Monday. I read a more recent report saying that 15 Hindu temples and more than 100 houses were attacked. The households were vandalized and later set on fire on Sunday after a Bangladeshi man who lives in France allegedly praised President Emmanuel Macron for taking steps against inhumane ideologies after a teacher in Paris was decapitated for showing caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad, BDNews24.com reported. So, a Bangladeshi man who lives in France praised French President Emmanuel Macron for taking a stand against inhumane ideologies, namely the ideology that demands your head for making fun of the most obvious false prophet in history. The headmaster of a kindergarten school in Purbodor welcomed Macron's action in a comment on the post. So, a kindergarten headmaster in Bangladesh added a comment on the post of the Bangladeshi man who lives in France. How is the religion of peace, tolerance, and candy-coated raindrops going to respond to a comment on a Facebook post? As the rumors about the Facebook post spread, tension mounted in the area on Saturday, the report said. The police arrested 2 people on charges of hurting the religious sentiments on Sunday, the report quoted Kamruzaman Talukdar, officer in charge of Bangor Bazar police station, as saying. They include the headmaster of the kindergarten. The other person is a resident of nearby Endicott village. The situation is under control now, Mohammed Abul Fazar Mir, Deputy Commissioner of Comilla District, told BDNews24.com after visiting the area. Saeed Nurul Islam, Superintendent of Police, has also visited the scene. The Deputy Commissioner said the locals carried out arson attacks on homes, including those of the 2 arrestees. Asked what measures the authorities have taken against the attackers, Mir said the administration has swung into action. Kamruzaman said the process to file a case over the attack was underway. The police will watch videos to identify the attackers, he added. You hear that, arsonists? Police are coming for you to punish you for burning down a bunch of Hindu homes over a comment on a Facebook post. I'm sure once they find you, they're going to give you a stern warning. Don't do that again. Demonstrations against France over caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad have been taking place in different Muslim-majority countries for some days. Bangladeshi authorities have deployed 4 platoons of police in Kurbanpur and Endicott villages to keep the situation under control. 4 platoons of police sent to villages in Bangladesh to try to prevent a bloodbath over cartoons in France. What an amazing religion. The police launched a case under the Digital Security Act against the headmaster and the other arrestee. A court denied bail and sent them to jail pending trial when the police produced them before it late on Sunday afternoon. These Hindus, whose houses were burned to the ground over a comment on someone else's Facebook post, were denied bail. They now have to sit in jail awaiting their trial on charges of hurting the religious sentiments of Muslims. Now think about this. These Hindus live in neighborhoods where, if there's so much as a rumor that one of them called Islam a dangerous ideology, the entire neighborhood will be burned to the ground by a Muslim mob. But burning the neighborhood to the ground does nothing to refute the claim that Islam is a dangerous ideology. Instead, the arsonists prove that the claim is true. So once again, we see a scenario that we've seen 1,000 times over the past 2 decades. Someone criticizes Islam for promoting violence, and the response from jihadis is, yes, You're absolutely correct. But shut up about it anyway. Or else. And once again, I reply, no, I won't shut up. I will continue to expose your fake prophet because I'm speaking out for people who aren't allowed to speak out for themselves. And if you don't like that, jihadis, why don't you come pick on someone your own size, you sniveling cowards?